Hello, greetings. I hope I find you well. It's your girl Samantha, aka Miss Mantha. Welcome to An Age to Inspire. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is an inspirational platform. It's a motivational platform. So I hope that you're ready to embark on this swift, lovely journey with me as I take you through some encouragement on certain areas. And I'm so grateful, for the feedback that you guys have just been, airing out and sharing and getting back to me saying that, wow, thank you so much, for such light, in terms of visions. And that's what we are all about in this very season. So thank you so much for liking, for subscribing, for sharing with your friends and family. So on today's video, I'm going to be just sharing on vision extinguishers. You know how they are like fire extinguishers? Oh my God. Surprisingly, they're actually vision extinguishers. And basically, these are the things or people that extinguish. Like they just put out the fire in the vision that you have. And imagine it being stone cold. Then it simply means that you're not going anywhere, unfortunately. So let's just get right into it. Okay, so for starters, associations. Number one, associations. So you are a product of the very company that you keep. And the Bible does say that, bad company corrupts good character. And my understanding is that, the level in which bad company actually corrupts good character, it is beyond what we think to say, oh, okay, if I'm rolling with a bad person, I'm just gonna be bad. It goes beyond that. It goes beyond that. There is a transference of that corruption into your very vision if you're not very careful. Yes, that bad company does not only corrupt the good character that you have, but it has an intense ability, my goodness, it has got an intense ability to actually overlap into your very own visions. And you'll find yourself, just being off, and you find yourself losing focus, the determination that you had, that encouragement that you had, the very focus that you had, all because of the very corruption that would have overlapped into your very vision. So you need to be very careful and conscious of the friends that you keep, the relationships that you say, okay, I'm going to pursue these people and I'm going to pursue these relationships. I'm going to invest in these relationships, because bear in mind that you are a person that is entitled to your own opinions, your own choices. Of course, that's fine. But all I'm saying is that you need to be careful of those that you choose to stay in your boat, because if you want to be getting to the other side, make sure that there's someone who can calm the storms when you come across such that you still continue with the very vision, which is to go to the other side, whether it's health, whether it's spiritual level, whether it's associations, whether it's academics, wealth, you name it. Whatever your vision may be, whatever the goal may be careful of those that you associate yourself with, because if they are in possession of a certain corruption, which is bad, that corruption is going to overlap into your very vision. So it will very much so extinguish the vision that you have. So you need to be very, very careful when it comes to association. Okay, moving on. So we also have procrastination. Procrastination is the ability to act slow. You're not swift to act on certain things, for instance, okay, this was so me back in university. Would be told that we had to submit an assignment maybe in a month's time, but now that I really set down to say, okay, I'm going to be speaking or sharing about vision extinguishers, as I was just going through these things and saying, oh, okay, procrastination, I really noticed that I procrastinated so much. My friend Prudence can just be a witness to this, because I would be that person who would write an assignment few days before, and I'm embarrassed to share this, but anyways, that's the reality of it. Where it ended me, thank God, yes, I passed. I managed to pass, and But it was by the grace of God, to be honest, because sometimes if you nurture that, it overlaps into most of the things, that you have to be doing. You always be slow, you always act so slow to things, and opportunities will come. And hey, it's not everyone who's going to be acting so slow. I remember even moments where, I knew that we are writing exams in the next 1 month, and there I was putting pressure on myself, and oh, God knows what, and I'll be watching movies, series, things are happening because we got free Wi-Fi and all of that, and probably going to the malls, shopping, etc, etc, etc. I'm not okay. I understand there's something that is called SWOT analysis. You have to analyze your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and things like that. But then what I'm saying is that it made me, from just an assignment, it would now overlap to an exam and life in general. I would be told to do certain things and I'd always be slow. But then the reward I got was not as valuable, was not something that I can beat my chest and say, whoa, I did it. Yeah, I was slow to act, but I got that in turn. Well, I really can't beat myself, beat my chest and, be walking around saying that, okay, yeah, I got what I got because I was slow to act. You're not supposed to be always fast on some of these things. No, there's a certain level of delaying yourself for other opportunities. And honestly, if you are what you repeatedly do, and you wouldn't want to become a procrastinator, lest you jeopardize and sabotage the very vision, the very empire, the very legacy that you're trying to build, not just for yourself, but even for future generations. So you may want to revisit that area. If you are a person who probably procrastinates, you may want to, try to learn to take few steps to say, okay, when you get a certain instruction, a certain command, let me not call it a command per se, but if someone is to tell you to do something, just try to act swiftly on it. Just do it there and then. If you're occupied with something else, fine, find a way to balance these things out so that you can quickly get that done, because like I said, you are what you repeatedly do, and you don't want to become a procrastinator. So another thing that serves as a vision extinguisher is discouragement. When there are moments that hope gets to be deferred, and it surely makes the heart sick. Deep calls unto deep, and the deepness of lacking courage to do something only makes you to be deep in not doing anything, not acting upon anything, because you just don't have cut that. It's lacking, it's not there for you to actually embark on the journey, for you to push on, with the goals and the visions that you want to be doing, just because you are so discouraged. It makes you not to act upon the very vision that you have, the goals, the dreams that you want, because you're discouraged. You don't have that perfect reason for you to keep going, and there are so many factors involved. Hey, you may be discouraged because of your friends per se. You may be discouraged because things are not adding up. For your own information, things will not always be swift. You're going to fail, you're going to fall. But what I love about falling is that each time that you hit rock bottom, if you hit rock bottom, it's like a blessing in disguise, because when you're now down, the only way left is for you to go up, is for you to rise up. So I pray and hope that this is going to echo, from within you, that moment that you're going to find yourself being discouraged, that moment that you're going to find yourself not having the courage, the drive for you to pursue, that relationship, for you to pursue, those health goals, for you to pursue, that academic excellence, because all you may be getting, let me not say zeros, or you may be getting a certain percentages which are below average, which are below the pass mark, and you may feel like, okay, what's the point? Why should I even go? Why should I even proceed with these things? So I pray that it echoes from within you, because if you don't have it within, then it can never be on the outside. So thank God that you've come across this very video, and you are being enlightened on the very things that help you not to realize your goals, which are the vision extinguishers, one of which is discouragement. But you need to be aware of the fact that everything is not always going to go according to plan. For instance, we are in this lockdown. We never had it in our plans, we never saw it coming, but here it is. But are we still going to just remain stuck and not doing anything and not pursuing the purposes that God has given us? Are we not going to maximize the gifts and the talents? Are we not going to take the smaller steps, those smaller initiatives for us to realize those dreams and visions and goals? Are we not going to, all because we're discouraged? Well, I don't know about you, but I pray to God that, like I'm saying, that, you just get a reminder that I'm discouraged, but then there's more to life than me just not being encouraged, than me there's more to life than me just being stuck and not acting upon my dreams and my visions. So moving on with another vision extinguisher, there is division. And I love the way Prophet Emmanuel Makandiwa helped me understand this in one of the sermons. He said that, the way he brought it about was that division, if you are to separate the word, there's die and vision. Die means two, which means that you have a divided vision. And in most cases, when you have divided attention to something, when you're not super focused on it, then it simply means that you're most likely not to do anything. Because, I mean, the Bible does say that you can't pour new wine into old wine. You can't be having these two together and think that, okay, if I take this, it's going to, it's going to make me feel relaxed or whatever. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. A double-minded person makes it difficult for God to give you something. You can't receive anything from him. You need to let it be in your heart, mind, and soul, in the very entire being of you. It should echo one thing. It should echo one dream, one goal, one vision. I want to be successful. I want to be a change agent. I want to make a difference in my community. I can't keep letting violence keep taking place the way it is. I'm going to do something about it. And not even lockdown should even get in the way. It's not even lockdown, not even lack of money or funds should get in the way of your vision, such that you feel like, okay, so it means that I now have to shift. I now have to. You really need to maintain your focus. You are not supposed to even have a divided vision whatsoever. So if you were thinking, okay, there's a difference. Okay, on the very same note, there's a difference in having various visions and having a divided vision. Because in one vision, you can have other visions. It's just like when you have a very long-term goal, you may have short-term goals within it. So if my bigger vision is to release a song, for example, then it simply means that I need to break down this goal to say, okay, this vision, to say, what else am I going to do? What are those initiatives that I need to take, which will now serve as the smaller nyana visions? That's what I mean when I say having a vision within a vision. And it's different from having a divided vision. So division is a vision extinguisher, which will help you not to realize your very vision. I'm home, and don't mind my nephews, the noise that is in the background. I apologize for that. So yeah, and I'm not allowing them to make me have a divided vision, because my goal here is to inspire and motivate you to keep going with your visions, to keep pushing forward and acting upon the very visions that you have. So moving on, this is the last one, and it is death. Yes, death, you heard me right. Death is beyond someone being buried 6 feet under. You can wake up every day, go to work, procreate, and have more children than you can keep, yet you are dead. Yes, you are dead. Because what makes you to stop living sometimes is certain experiences, certain exposure to certain environments, and they just take life out of you. They take life out of you. For instance, natural disasters, they can lead to the death of certain emotions, to the death of a certain thinking pattern, to the death of your visions, to the death of the way you love, the way you see things. It's also a form of death. Those are forms of death and it's beyond you just being in a coffin, and a person is dug 6 feet under the ground. It's death is beyond that. You can have the death of emotions, the death of your soul, simply because not it's not a very simple thing, forgive me, because of a heartbreak, because of abuse. It crumbles a certain part of you, and it just takes away life. But I'm so thankful that God is so gracious always. He's too faithful, because if the Holy Spirit, if the Spirit of God was able to resurrect the dead flesh part of Jesus, how much more you who still alive and breathing? It means there is hope for you, there is hope for us. We will find ourselves in certain circumstances, certain issues. We will be exposed to environments, to people, even to events that will try and attempt to take life out of us. But then we are not supposed to let that, just wipe away, and let us to fail to have the drive and the drive for us to pursue our visions the more. So there is hope, because if the dry bones could live again, then surely you can be successful again. You can gain wealth again. You can be encouraged again to be an encourager. You can be blessed again to be a blessing to other people. So this is what I had for you. I hope that you learned something. I hope you grasped something, and that as you reflect back on your vision boards, on the visions, on the goals that you wrote down for this very 2021, you sit down whenever you be free, and then you just look at yourself and say, okay, so far I say that I wanted to achieve A, B, C, D, E, but how far have I come? Are there any vision extinguishers that may be trying to, just take away, what I'm trying to push for, what I'm trying to really realize in this very year? Be it its associations, be it its procrastination, discouragement, division, death, whatever it may be. There is a whole lot more when we speak of vision extinguishers, but I just picked these ones, and I hope and pray that now that you are alert, now that you are aware of these very vision extinguishers, you will now act wisely, because you will know how to go about eliminating those people that may try to suffocate your vision, that may try to sabotage that empire that you're trying to build for yourself, for your community, for nations, for the world at large. So thank you so much for staying glued, and thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here and to always make time to watch the videos that I upload. So please keep sharing. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed, and yes, realize those visions and goals. Thank you.